First, I want to say, call Haloyim, La Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahweh Shai, Ba'asham Wachakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles at Great Millstone, Ruel, who have taught us knowledge. Other salutations to you, fellow laborers. Excuse me. Doing the work in true sincerity. Shalom to you. Shalom to the few Akwaf that believe as well. This is a video from this coach. It's a well-known coach in Georgia. Coach a lot of Jake athletes. Works for Georgia University, I believe, as well. I think he's a strength conditioning coach. But he's an Edomite. And as you can see, Dr. Michael, Dr. Michael, what's his name? Michael Brown, the guy, the recent, Amalekite that's, coming at, the tribes about, us not being the people, when it's obviously we're the people. And you can see, obviously, this man is not white. This man is clearly red as can be, man, which is a mark that's been put upon you Edomites, going back to the mark of Cain. And going back to mark of Cain, the reason why Cain received that mark is because of the hatred he filled his heart with, which is his mind, against his brother Abel. And that hate or enmity is still there to this very day. And you're going to see it, because one thing about this guy, it doesn't surprise me, and I'm sure it doesn't surprise none of you Akim out there, and you feel Akwaf that watch as well. This should never surprise you, because they were made to hate us, and vice versa. But when Jake, not being in their right mind as a majority, only a few of us in our right mind, call Halal Yahbashim Abshai, because it's all praises and glory due to Yahbashim Abshai for putting us in our right mind, setting up the men to teach us younger men, and so on and so forth down the line, to those young teachers today, that we have this knowledge and we understand, and we're in our right mind spiritually. And this is how Esau is supposed to react or treat, children of Jacob. So let's play a little clip. This is a news clip. This man said a lot of racist and hatred statements, which he should, that's what he was created to be, just the way he are. This ain't no accident. This ain't no oops moment. This is who he is. All right. This is Esau showing his horns.
Yes, more than a decade ago, Mark Taylor was banned from Houston County. Now he's in the headlines again. Taylor shared a slur-filled video of himself driving through Atlanta with a friend. Then those videos wound up on Facebook. We want to warn that the video you're about to see is disturbing.
Ain't seen a white person in sight. Homeless ones on the street. Every restaurant looking in here is black. Every car beside them is black. They can have Atlanta.
And that's just the milder racist comments that Mark Taylor said on camera. Videos show Taylor making racist slurs toward a black woman driving in downtown Atlanta and saying someone named Roe would hang the woman from a tree. They show him using the N-word several times.
He shouldn't be around kids. He shouldn't have the privilege of being a coach to any athlete. And our parents need to know what they're walking into.
Now, some parents, like Karen Buckman, along with students and coaches, are speaking out against the trainer. Taylor offers personal training for kids 8 and up in football, basketball, track, and other sports. Buckman says Taylor trained her son for 3 years through his private company, Speed Edge Sports.
You do not have to be a parent of a black.
The thing is, this man hasn't done anything wrong as far as what he said. He's supposed to say these things. I'm going to prove it, man. Like I said, going back to Cain and Abel, right? This is what the Lord told Adam and Eve in Genesis 3:15. And I will put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Now, you go into enmity, right? It's the root word is ayab. Is it ayab? To be hostile to be an enemy to. Right? To be hostile to treat as an enemy, right? From the root word ayab. So that's what it means, right? Now when you fast forward, all right, I'm gonna fast forward to Cain and Abel when Cain slew Abel, right? I'm gonna read down a little bit. Genesis 4:2. And she again bears brother Abel. Well, let's start at one, Slakia. And Adam, Genesis 4:1. And Adam knew Eve, his wife, meaning he had sex with her, went into her, right? Put his semen in her. And she conceived and bare Cain and said, I have gotten a man from the Lord. And she again bare his brother Abel, and Abel was a keeper of sheep, but Cain was a tiller of the ground. And the process of time it came to pass that Cain brought of the fruit of the ground an offering unto the Lord. And Abel, he also brought of the firstlings of his flock and of the fat thereof. And the Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. But unto Cain and to his offering he had not respect. And Cain was very wroth, and his countenance fell. Excuse me. Now, what does wrath mean? Let's get the word wrath whenever it pops up. Let's get the word wrath. All right, wrath. From the root word harar. Harar is the root word. To burn, be hot, be scorched, be charred. To be hot, to be scorched, to burn. Here we go. Jump down. It says to be dry, be angry. All right. So he became angry, right? See? So hara goes back to the word harar. It says to be angry with. Yeah, to heat oneself in vexation. So still, the point was he became angry with Abel, and what did he do? He rose up and slew Abel. All right. Back in Genesis 4:6, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou wroth? I mean, why are you mad? And why is thy countenance fallen? If thou doest well, shalt thou not be accepted? And if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door. And unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. And Cain talked with Abel's brother, and it came to pass when they were in the field that Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and slew him. He murdered, Cain murdered Abel. All right. And it's the same spirit that came back in Esau. You fast forward to Genesis 27. Same spirit. All right. And even going back to the serpent, that's old deceiving spirit and wicked spirit. But specifically just highlighting Cain and Esau, right? Showing you that the same spirit that was on Esau was within, or the same spirit that was on Cain, right? This is Genesis 27. Let's go down, scroll down. Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. See? And when you know that there's a such thing as reincarnation, you know that Cain came back as Esau. And that same spirit, might I add, as we just read right here in the scripture. I just read that Cain slew Abel. Did not he purposed to kill Abel? Because why? Abel's offering was accepted. Now, come back after the flood as Esau, he want to kill who? Jacob, who was the forefather of you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans, All right, whom the Lord had chosen to live before him. See? You wonder why Esau rolled up on you, the Edomite cops, and they already ready to blow your head off. It's that hatred within them. They want that blessing back. You wonder why this coach is talking the way he's talking? He literally hate you so-called Negroes. All right, on down to from Judah to the rest of your tribes. Esau hate you, man. They hate you with a perpetual hatred, man. All right, he speaks about that in the book of Ezekiel. I'm gonna get that in a second. Let's continue on. Verse 42. And these words of Esau, her elder son, were told to Rebekah, and she sent and called Jacob, her younger son, and said to him, Behold, thy brother Esau, as touching thee, doth comfort himself, purposing to kill thee. See? So, and this is what Esau been doing for many generations, man. Look at the history of Jacob and Esau. It's been nothing but enmity, all right, between our people and them. Because why? The Lord put that enmity between them. Going back to Genesis 3 and 15, going back to Adam and Eve, right? So the Lord put that there. Only the Lord can, can do away with that. But the Lord put that there for a reason. All right, the Lord didn't create everybody the same. The Lord didn't create unity among the nations, especially between the nation of Esau, all right, and our nation, which is the nation of Jacob. So Esau have kept that perpetual hatred, man, and he's going to keep it forever. Even when he goes into slavery, he's going to keep that same hatred because why? He hate the fact that we have the just our very existence. Our very existence offends him because he know that the blessing, all right, of receiving the kingdom, which is the glory, right, being immortal. He wants that, man, because the children of Israel will be immortal. We want to never die. This is why Esau harvests the organs. He want to live forever. But it was only meant for the Israelites to live, all right, in immortal life, right? Excuse me. Ezekiel 35 and 5 says, Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end. See? He's always had a perpetual hatred. What does perpetual mean? He's always had this perpetual hatred, man. This is Ilam. Iwalam is the word, going back to the root word, Ilam. Long duration, antiquity, futurity, forever, ever, everlasting, evermore, perpetual, old, ancient. That anger is ancient anger that he's kept, right? Ancient time, long time of past, forever, always, continuous existence, right? Continuance, right? That continuance is that continuance of anger and hatred still exists, right? And so this is the reason why even today, when you see Jacob and Esau acting like they get along, the Most High always reminds you that no, I put an enmity between the two, and it's going to always show. But no matter what, 2/3 don't see it. They don't think that Esau is who Esau really is. All right, they don't take Esau for what he really is, what the Lord made him to be, which is to be the wicked and to be our enemy, man. Our number one enemy is Esau. When you go into the scriptures to Psalms 83rd chapter, and it goes into the nation that came against the nation of Israel to cut them off as from being a nation. The first nation to mention is the nation of Edom, right? Psalms 83. I'll start at the top and read down. Psalms 83 and 1. Keep not thou silence, O power, hold not thy peace, and be not still, O heavenly Father. For lo, thine enemies, if you have an enmity between the two, that means you're an enemy, right? Remember, one of the meanings was what? To make an enemy. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people. Who was the Lord's people? The Israelites, man, the 12 tribes of Israel. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. See? Because you know why? See, Esau, well, all the nations are really jealous of Jacob. But Esau, man, he can't get over, selling that birthright and then not being able to receive the blessing. He hate that Jacob got that blessing, and it shows, man. Even from the very way that we look as a people, as far as the general, all right, just speaking in general, right? Because you know that Israelite come in several colors, but the darker, the obvious, brown complexion, especially dark complexion, Israelites, man, they hate. Oh man. Anyways, let's continue on. You look dark, he really hates you. You sit out there in the sunlight because you got melanin and you're strong and your body is totally in tune with, nature. Everything, man. He just hates it, man. Esau hates it. All right. It says, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's the reason why you see the average so-called Negro, Latino, American, and even the speckled bird Israelites not knowing that they're Israelites because they literally cut us off from being a nation, putting all these different titles upon us, being called Negro, Puerto Rican, West Indian, Mexican, Haitian, American Indian, so on and so forth, man. Cuban, right? Argentinian, Chilean, all those different names they were called. That is not in the scriptures, all right? Those names are not in the scriptures. The names that we were called by the Lord, we as a nation, we're not called by those names, okay? And there's a reason for it. It's called slavery and hatred. So it's no more in remembrance, right? That's why the Lord put us in remembrance, all right? Giving us his knowledge. The main thing is putting us in remembrance of us being what? Hebrew Israelites. Verse 5, for they have consulted, together with one consent, they are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites. Now, you look at the transatlantic slave trade, right? The transatlantic slave trade was financed by who? The Edomites, in particular the small hats. The ones that are the central banking families today, their families was the main slave owners. The very thing that they deny. The very thing that they deny gaining their wealth from, which is slavery. Slavery off the backs of you so-called Negro, Latino, Native Americans. How else would America be what it is today? All right. And that's a well-known fact. The stock market or Wall Street started off what? Slaves, slavery. Our ancestors were the property. We were the commodity being put on auction blocks. All right. If you captured by these Edomites, they would put you, all right, into captivity or custody, and you would be sold, man. Well, that's it. I want to be on that. I'm going to leave from there. Let's go to another precept, what speaks about the hatred that Esau has for Jacob. Amos 1:11 says, thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom. Remember, Genesis 36:8 said what? Esau is Edom. Let's get that. Don't never forget that. Genesis 36:8, thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir, Esau is Edom. Yeah, because Esau just means wasted away, or he's wasted. And Edom means red. Because what was wasted away from him? His melanin, his pigmentation. So, the blood shined forth through his skin, making him red. The word Edom goes back to the Hebrew word adawam. All right, adawam, meaning red. The Hebrew word for Esau is Ishashwa. He's wasted. Okay, you hear that? That Amalekite guy, Dr. Michael Brown. Let's go back to Amos 1. Amos 1 and 11. Thus saith the Lord, for 3 transgressions of Edom, and for 4 I would not turn away the punishment thereof, because he did pursue his brother with the sword, and did cast off all pity, and his anger did tear perpetually. See? Continually, right? A continual existence of anger, right? And hatred. And he kept his wrath forever. Now, who was Edom brother? Who was Esau, Edom brother? Remember, Esau is Edom, right? Who was his brother? We'll go to it. Genesis 25. Start at 23, we read down. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. All right, this is going to the time of Isaac, Rebekah, and Isaac had put his seed, well, he put multiple seeds that made it, and they were fraternal twins, not identical, but fraternal twins, right? That he had with his wife Rebekah. And the Lord, well, she was wondering why the children were struggling, meaning they were contending or fighting or wrestling within her womb. If the Lord had blessed her, and the Lord had told her that 2 nations in her womb, they're going to have 2 different mannerisms. All right, 2 different people going to be separated from her bowels. One going to be stronger than the other, and the elder shall serve the younger, right? Verse 24, and when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like an hairy garment, and they called his name Esau. Meaning what? He's wasted. Verse 26, and after that came his brother out. So this is Esau's brother, right? Remember, Esau is Edom. Keep that in mind. Esau is Edom. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold on Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them. So who was Esau's brother? Jacob. Notice they don't describe Jacob, because when you go in the scriptures, the Lord made the man from the dust of the ground, meaning the soil. The soil was what? Different shades of brown. The vast majority of people on earth are what? Different shades of brown. See? So we know that when it speaks about the anger of Esau, or the transgressions of Esau, in Amos 1 and 11, and it speaks about his anger that he kept, and it teared perpetually against his brother. He pursued his brother with the sword. Again, why you think Esau roll up on you Israelites and blow you away? No problem. Why you think this man, this news video clip, is bragging about hanging? All right, hanging. He's bragging about hanging you, so-called Negroes, man. He's when he rolled up on the let me see. When he rolled up on the one lady, he told her that tree will be used to hang her. He said out of his own mouth. Let me see, can I play it without any strikes? Bear me 1 second. People remember. That's like, yeah. Commercial. Matter of fact, just look it up. Look up Coach. Just look up Coach. The Mark Taylor guy. Let me see.
Joe, to report on this fella. Here it is.
You and boys need to come up here and go hunting. Yeah. And stuff, man. Ain't nothing here, dog. Ain't nothing but blacks up here. That's all it is, Atlanta. Gone down, man. Just gone. Look at that pull out in front of me right here. Bro, look at that trying to pull out in front of me right here. Look at that trying to pull out in front of me right here. Hey, did you see that tree right there? Yeah. Did you see that tree right there? Roe will hang you from that tree.
As you can see, man, you know, what more do you need to see or hear? This is how they feel about you, man. Jake don't believe it. Jake wanna, man, America came a long way, and we could keep working towards, living together peacefully. There have been no peace, man. Since this land had been stolen from us by rape, robbery, and murder, literally, there has been no peace between us, man. So what kind of fucking peace are you looking for? All you tribes out there, man. Why do you think the scriptures say, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest? Rest and peace is synonymous with each other. They're synonymous with each other. We don't have any rest or peace because this is not our rest or our peace, because that is the kingdom of heaven, where we will have peace and rest. So again, the reason why he rolled up like that, because it's not made for you to be peaceful in captivity. It's not made for you to have it easy. We've been ruled over by our number one enemy, man. So this is nothing to be marveling at. You gotta expect this, man. All right, you gotta expect this, and you gotta understand that he's fulfilling his role. All right. That Edomite going, that devil going around complaining because he see his power, he see their power leaving him, man. All right. Obadiah verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. I mean, look at all the violence that been between Jacob and Esau. Look what Esau done to us, man. Look at the Renaissance up to now, man. And you tell me it's been peaceful relations? Haven't kept not one peace treaty. It's funny it's called a peace treaty, though, you know? Ain't no peace for you Israelites, man. When you gonna get it through your skull, man? All right, going back to the garden, the Lord will put an enmity between his and her seed, which is what? Hatred. People act like it's not hatred within America. America was built upon hatred, was it not? It was built upon and established upon hatred. So, I mean, again, this is going to continue to be, and it's going to eventually spill over to, Jacob versus Esau. That's what it's going to, man. All right, because the Lord is going to. The Lord is going to. Excuse me. The Lord is going to put the sons of Jacob against the sons of Esau. Couple of precepts. I'm gonna get a couple of precepts before I close. Micah 5:7. And the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people as a dew from the Lord, as the showers upon the grass, that tarrieth not for a man, nor waiteth for the sons of men. And the remnant of Jacob shall be among the Gentiles in the midst of many people as a lion among the beasts of the forest, and as a young lion among the flocks of sheep, who, if he go through, both tread it down and tear it in pieces, and none can deliver it. And that begins with Judah, the so-called Negro, because he got a special hate. He hates all you Israelites. You know what I'm saying? All of our tribes, right? But he especially hates Judah, man. I mean, Esau hates all of us, but Judah, he got a special place in his heart for Judah, And he know the history of what Judah used to due to them, wicked Edomites. All right, rightfully so. Judah got on. They was getting at Esau, man, during the dark ages. Verse 9, it says, thine hand shall be lifted up upon thine adversaries, and all thy enemies shall be cut off. Yeah, because going to Genesis 49, what does it say about Judah? Because remember, Judah is the lead tribe. Judah is the so-called Negro, the so-called African American today. See? And Judah is the lead tribe, and the Lord's going to use Judah to kick this thing off, right? Genesis 49 and 8. Judah, thou art he whom thine brethren shall praise. Thine hand shall be in the neck of thine enemies. I just read that in Micah 5, right? Thy father's children shall bow down before thee. Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. He stooped down. He couched as a lion. And as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? Well, it's the Heavenly Father is going to rise up or row up Judah. See? So that links up what I read in Micah 5. When it speaks about the the hand of the sons of Jacob, our hands going to be in the necks of our enemies. That kicks off with Judah because Judah is the lead tribe. And Judah's going to take charge when it's time. Now, I'm going to grab another precept before I go. It's all befitting. This is Zechariah chapter 9, verse 13. It says, when I have bent Judah for me, filled the bow with Ephraim, and raised up thy sons, O Zion, against thy sons, O Greece, and made thee as the sword of a mighty man. And that's what's going on. The Lord is raising up the sons of Judah and Ephraim, which is the northern and southern kingdom, coming back together. Being one nation again under Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And we all being together, that's, start with the elect. I got to say the elect, right? Because the Lord is there with the elect right now. The hopefully elect, as we call, the body, the hopefully elect, right? But the elect is like a sword of a mighty man, all right? And the Lord is going to use his sons, all right, to get at Esau, all right, which are Greece. Going back to what? The Greeks. Who was the Greeks? The Edomites. It wasn't Japhet, because they pushed Japhet out. Okay? But they're gonna have a rude awakening, because when Yahweh Shem Yahushua rise up Judah, it's gonna be over, man. All right? Because remember that the nation of Israel, hold on, bear me one second. The nation of Israel is the Lord's battle axe. Now, let's get that. Jeremiah 50 and 20. I'm sorry, Jeremiah 51 and 20. Let's start at 19. Jeremiah 51 and 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war, for with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms, and with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. See, with thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. Man, the Lord is going to use the sons of Jacob to get busy on these heathen, man. And that's the bottom line, all right? So with that, I want to say, Lord willing, this video has been edifying. And until next time, I want to say shalom.